And then number 3, as they circle left, right, if they're trying to move their body, look, see how I follow? Always follow. Do not let this happen. Keep going towards where you're going. Don't let this happen. This is very bad. Collar sleeve guard, that's what we're going to go over today. Super basic, just introduction for it. Just so you guys understand, this guard is a very complicated guard. It takes time to develop, but it's absolutely crucial if you really want to get a better understanding of how guard works and all its complexities. So let's get going right into it. First thing you understand is when you're playing this kind of guard, you're going to find yourself on your back a lot. Go watch some of our other videos where I was showing you drills on how to play on your back, just because it's going to be really, really essential. You have to know how to be comfortable playing in this sort of position. But what's going to happen is normally if your partner's hunched over trying to make grips on your pants, they're going to have their collar available. You can use the same side hand to open up that lapel. So let's actually rotate this way. Open up that lapel. You want to reach the hand all the way through. The idea is you don't want to go all the way behind the head, but try to go at least almost. You want to make it very tight. Too shallow if they posture up, right? It's just going to slip down and your grip's going to get tired. So you want to actually lock it, almost anchor your wrist. Now if they try to posture up, right, it's a totally different game. So cross collar grip, grab a hold of the sleeve. Let's say you're holding onto my pants, right? And this is really tight. So what? They grab a hold of your pants, change your angle, strip that grip. Notice how I kick and pull at the same time. So again, look, if you're grabbing my pants, if you try to break it from here, it's not going to work. They might even actually punch your legs to the side and do a Toriana pass, and that's pretty much it. So always make sure we change our angle. Look how I move my hips out. Break that grip, pulse the foot. So collar, sleeve, foot on the hip. Now the idea is you want to counter pressure. I push with my foot and I pull with that collar. So as I do both, I also add the sleeve. So I pull the sleeve, pull the collar, push my foot. Look what it does to their posture. Look how bent she is. Now this outside foot, swing inside to that bicep. You can initiate this guard on your back or through a sitting posture position. All you got to do is hand fight. Always hand fight first and then establish your collar grip. You can either open, switch the grip, or if you're coordinated, you can just switch and make that grip. Don't worry about adjusting just yet. Pull guard. Once you pull guard, then you can start making a better grip. And look, if they start going for the pant, change your angle, break, and return. Foot on the bicep, foot on the hip. You're pulling all 3 points. Collar, sleeve, and sorry, not 3 points. You're pulling the collar, the sleeve, and you're pushing with your foot. Now, what are we supposed to do here? My right foot over here, as she moves her arm up and down, so if you rotate this way, when she moves her arm up and down, I have to follow with my foot, right? You see, I'm just trying to follow with my foot. You don't necessarily have to stay super stiff like this because she can't actually circle around it if she just kind of just moves her arm around. That's it, she can just circle. But I have to make sure as she moves around, I follow. See, I'm just following up, down, wherever she goes. Second thing, if she tries to posture up, right, she tries to straighten out her back like this, you want to make sure you push on that hip. That's the idea. You do not want them to posture, so push on the hip. And then number 3, as they circle left, right, if they're trying to move their body, look, see how I follow? Always follow. Do not let this happen. Keep going towards where you're going. Don't let this happen. This is very bad. Keep that foot sticky. They move left, they move right. They move their arm up and down. You're always following. That's why I say it's a tricky guard, because you have so many things to multitask. Now I'm going to give you some options to play from that collar sleeve, just so when you guys practice in class, there's something you can actually aim for. So first thing is just going to close guard. So again, sleeve, we have the collar here. We're pushing and we're pulsing on that bicep, right? Tracking, following, doing all sorts of cool stuff. When we're ready to go to close guard, watch as I push my leg past her back. So actually I release the bicep, push past her back. Now I lift and lock across her spine and lock in a close guard. Now, because I'm much heavier, I can't actually lift myself up without collapsing her base. But ideally, you're going to be coming up. So what's going to happen is my hips are going to do this. That's what I'm going to be doing. My hips come all the way up as I bite her spine. So again, and bite meaning just like chopping. So I'm playing, and I lift, and I bring myself down, and I lock. And then from here, we have collar chokes. You have arm drag attacks, all sorts of cool stuff. Next is going to be the tripod sweep. So this one's going to be really, really easy. The collar, the sleeve side, grab the ankle. Make it quick. So from here, grab onto the ankle. Now I transition the bicep foot behind the knee. So let's rotate a little bit this way. So I actually want to take my foot, place it behind the knee, make a hook. Now if we come back, The final thing is I'm gonna push with my left leg, but making sure you let go. You have to let go. If you don't let go, you're pushing and pulling her. So she's kind of just static. So you let go, push, grab onto the ankle, and stand up. Now tripod 2, same exact beginning. Go for that ankle. Place the hook behind the knee. Let go of the collar. But what happens, maybe as I push, her left leg steps farther back. So now the hook becomes weak. It doesn't become comfortable anymore. So watch the switch. My legs are going to completely switch jobs. So my foot on the hip is going to drop down to the Achilles as my foot behind the knee goes on the hip. But full-time speed, we're going to be here. We switch. One shot. So again, I'm trying to go for it's not working. I rotate. Make like sort of like a curved palm on her Achilles. Push. Same thing, look. Bring your leg back, grab the ankle, and then you stand up into open guard. This is going to be the final sweep. This one I love. This is a personal favorite. This one's just the leg monster. This is what we called it at the academy. We all sort of came together and came up with this name. It's a beautiful kind of position. So basically what happens is your partner, because of maybe they're getting fatigued or they forget, their legs get very narrow. They start to bring their legs closer together. Now watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to just simply release the bicep foot as if I'm going to go for closed guard. But I'm actually going to open both my legs and bite around the knees. And I'm going to squeeze my own thighs. And look what this does. The balance is off. So now what I'm going to do is pull her weight on top of me and direct her where she has no base, which is where her elbow is. So now I just guide her to the side. Build your base all the way up. And then stay in the open guard. Then you're going to start playing. And you can just let go. You can continue, maybe establish a mount or something. It'll be a little bit tricky just because the leg isn't as secure as you think. It's secure when they're standing for a moment, but when you drop them, it kind of just goes chaotic. So we'll do it again. So watch. Their feet get a little bit narrow. They bring their feet a little bit too close together. So the sign is you want to go hip, sort of not, yeah, hip width. Their legs go about hip width. That's the sign you want to, that's the moment. You go for it. So from here, release. And lock. So watch, if you guys can see, posture up a little bit. So you guys see how this is? So you squeeze your knees. Now if she tries to get her foot out, there's no way. Her foot can come out though if you're like this, if you're super loose, and that's pretty much it. So now watch, pull and direct them. It's very, very easy and silly. Now you just build your base. As they fight, you'll notice as they fight, their legs will come free. It's okay. Just establish a good open guard. So give it a try, guys. Collar sleeve, it's an amazing guard. Just takes time to work on, but every single person that comes into the academy, once they get to the intermediate program, I personally will show them the collar sleeve to everybody. Even if you're not going to use it at all in the long term, it shows so much kind of an idea of what guard is, and it's multitasking. It's using your hips. It's all sorts of stuff, and that's why the collar sleeve, although very daunting in the beginning, because there's so many things you got to do, it's worth it. So practice in class, use some of the sweeps and the attempts I showed you to go to close guard just to kind of make it a little bit more active rather than just, okay, play it and that's about it. Thanks again for watching, guys. Subscribe to our channel and give us a thumbs up.